Hey everyone, Nick here. Now the original Google Pixel Buds seem to be a failed experiment at best, while the Google Pixel Buds 2 seem to help fill in some of those gaps. However, it still feels a bit like an experiment to me. And we'll dive into that and more in just a minute, but first I wanted to be fully transparent with you and let you know that I did personally pay for these earbuds myself, and my review is of my own opinion. And also, be sure to subscribe if you're interested in videos about new tech, including my upcoming review of the new Samsung Galaxy Watch 3 and comparing it to the best Android Wear smartwatch. And so with that out of the way, let's get started. Now first up is the style and design of the Google Pixel Buds 2, which is a huge improvement over the original. But when comparing the Google Pixel Buds 2 to the other options currently available on the market, they could seem a bit boring. And until recently, they were only available in white. However, more color options are beginning to be released. But no matter what color option you order for the Pixel Buds 2, they are going to come in the same white case, which is a very nice case and is relatively small yet very sturdy feeling. But since I've had the buds, there's now a new small annoyance with the case. The lid now seems to have some flex to it, and I don't remember it always being this way. Now I might be alone in this issue, I just thought it was worth noting. The earbuds have a G logo on each of them and offer a very premium feel. And there are 3 included ear tips, but the stabilizer arc is not replaceable, and for many it has been a serious source of discomfort. And speaking of, it seems the most talked about thing regarding the Google Pixel Buds 2 is comfort while wearing them. And for me, I personally couldn't wear them for more than an hour without feeling a bunch of ear fatigue. Now, of course, your mileage will vary, and I will say they're very easy to insert and they don't require any mashing or twisting to have a secure fit. And they stay in my ears remarkably well, even when going on a run. And what's great is the Google Pixel Buds 2 have an IPX4 water resistance rating, meaning they can handle water from any direction, but not with any heavy pressure. Meaning you don't have to worry if you sweat a lot when you run, or if you run in light rain. But I wouldn't wear them in the shower or at the pool. And while the Pixel Buds 2 don't give you the same plugged ear feeling that some earbuds can, they also don't have the same openness as, say, the Galaxy Buds Live. And frustratingly, there currently isn't an option to allow in outside noise through your headphones. But if you do need to talk to someone, you can simply remove one or both of the Pixel Buds and the music will pause automatically and resume when placed back in. And of course, the Pixel Buds have touch controls, and the touch controls are pretty basic, but frustratingly, there was no customization options for the touch controls. So what you see is what you get, at least for now. And I say that because with each update, Google adds new features to the Pixel Buds 2. But to me, that kind of makes them feel a bit like an unfinished product, especially since some of the new features are labeled as experimental, such as with the newest update. Now, adaptive sound should lower the volume for a baby crying, a dog barking, or an emergency vehicle siren. But in my testing, I couldn't get this feature to work. Hopefully, it'll be fixed in a future update. And I feel like Google will keep adding new features, especially considering when they were hyping the Pixel Buds 2, it was teased that the volume would lower if someone said your name. But who knows, that may have to wait until the Pixel Buds 3. But the newest update does add a bass boost option and an update to the Find My Buds, which now gives you the option to play a chime that will slowly get louder to help you find your earbuds when you're close. And if you're nowhere near your buds, you can use the Find Device app to show you the last known GPS location when you are connected to the Pixel Buds. And other than that, the Pixel Buds app seems to be pretty bare bones, but that seems to be the overall theme of the Pixel Buds 2, minimalism at its core. And as far as Bluetooth connection, the Pixel Buds 2 are right up there with the rest of the leaders. I had a stable connection even at 80 feet away, and I had no syncing issues when watching Netflix or YouTube. And the Pixel Buds 2 can be connected to multiple devices, just not at the same time. And in my testing, I found something very interesting. Now, with the first firmware that the Pixel Buds 2 shipped with, there was an issue when you weren't playing music, you would actually hear like a static noise. And they have since fixed that, but when I connect my Pixel Buds 2 to my MacBook Pro, I hear a static noise when I'm not playing music. Maybe this will be fixed in a future firmware update, I'm not sure. It's just another thing that make these earbuds feel like a work in progress. Now with that said, there are several things that the Pixel Buds do quite well, including the Google Assistant commands, either by saying the Google Assistant phrase or by long pressing one of the earbuds to either hear your notifications or to talk directly to the Google Assistant. But for me, the newest update seems to have broken the Google Assistant feature for my buds, once again making these feel like a work in progress. The Pixel Buds 2 can announce incoming notifications as they come in, and you can even choose which apps to ignore. You can even use the Pixel Buds 2 with just one earbud, and it doesn't matter if you choose the right or the left, which is a really welcome feature. Now, Google claims that the Pixel Buds 2 can last up to 5 hours of continuous playback, but in my testing, with a volume at 50%, I was only able to get 3 hours and 26 minutes. And 3.5 hours is definitely on the lower end, especially when you compare to other earbuds at this price range. And the good news is when charging in the case for only 10 minutes, you can get up to 2 hours of playback. And the case should recharge your earbuds up to 3 times. While not giving you a full 24 hours, it should be enough to get you through a normal day's use. And the case will charge over USB-C or wireless charging and has a charging indicator light. And the case is small enough to fit into most pockets. And what's great is when you first open it up, it pairs super quick to your Android phone, which definitely spoiled me on that initial setup experience. And I would worry about scratching the case. While I haven't dropped mine or anything like that, it just doesn't feel like it could handle much torture. But for now, it's time to do our voice quality test. And with the Pixel Buds 2 only having 2 microphones when 3 seems to be the standard these days, we'll have to see how much Google can pull from these Pixel Buds. Let me know what you think. There's a pretty gentle breeze going on right now. There's the occasional vehicle driving by, of course. Hopefully the 2 microphones can still pick up my voice from the background. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'll see you back in the studio. All right, now for me personally, I think the Pixel Buds 2 did an excellent job with the voice quality test. They blocked a lot of the outside noise, especially including the incoming wind noise, and I think they did a pretty good job with the overall voice quality. But now, let's move on to the audio quality. Google has recently added in a bass boost feature to the Pixel Buds 2, but has still refused to add in an equalizer option. And personally, I don't care for how the Pixel Buds 2 sound. Now, the bass boost option did help, but there are still so many other issues with the audio quality that I think really need to be addressed. The staging feels very close and muddled together. Nothing really seems to stand out from the overall wall of noise. And the highs almost feel toned down. Maybe in order to keep them from being piercing, but a little too aggressive in my opinion. And even with a bass boost, the bass sounded muddy, not punchy. And I couldn't find any genre that stood out really well when listening with the Pixel Buds 2. Except for listening to someone talk, like say a podcast or an audiobook, the Pixel Buds 2 do quite excellent. And who knows, maybe one day Google will update the software and allow for more control over the audio experience. But I'm not sure that's a good enough reason to buy them now. Buying something today with a promise of a better product tomorrow doesn't make much sense, especially when Google has been known to develop something only to get bored with it and drop it altogether. And the Pixel Buds 2 feel like they need a lot of work to be at the level of competing with other headphones in this space. And overall, I really feel like the Google Pixel Buds 2 are geared towards Google enthusiasts, especially since the Google Assistant features work so well with the Pixel Buds 2. And it will be interesting to see what other features Google can bring to the Pixel Buds 2. But let me know what you think. Are you gonna get a pair of Pixel Buds 2 now, or wait until they get more developed or come in more color options? And with that said, if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up or consider subscribing if you haven't already. It really helps me out. And with that, I'll see you in the next one.